Okay, how did I do this before? I mean, it has been 2 whole years, but we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to get straight to it. Hola, soy Jorgina Rodriguez. Lame joke, I know. What was I saying before? What was my intro? Aslema and Asma, and you're listening to PM Conversations, a new episode dropping after 2 years because never say never. And yeah, it's a Q&A because I figured that that's the easiest thing to go with, and I hope I don't mess it up. So I posted a story on Instagram and I asked my beautiful followers to drop their new year related questions as a motivation for me to actually resuscitate this podcast, and they delivered. So without further ado, I'm gonna start with the first question. Question one says, how would you describe your year, 2025, in 3 words? 3 words are coming right up. Did you die? I recently saw this meme that went something like 2025 did really say, but did you die though? And oh my God, facts. It was very challenging, it was very humbling, it was very lethal, but we're still here. Like Danny from the script says, I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. No, but on a serious note, like we're still very, 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 very blessed, and Allah's mercy is overwhelming us and wrapping us even in the challenges and the hard times. Um, but 2025 was really that year. It was really that year. It was very challenging for me personally, especially um, on like physical health level. It was filled with health scares, so if I would summarize it, it would be health scares and disappointment. But I don't want to sound so negative. Um, we're here. That's like, did you die? Literally, like I can't find another way to describe it. But Alhamdulillah, inshallah, like this year, 2026, my sister is like obsessed with the years that have like pair numbers, and she's like, oh, it's 2026, it's pair, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be great. So yeah, hope so. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Disclaimer. Excuse the French because languages get messed up in my brain a lot. Perks of being polyglot. By pair, that was French. Pair numbers, I mean odd, even numbers in English. Even numbers and odd numbers. So like pair et impair. So that was like pair numbers. And then my brain was like, Erin, what are you saying? I'm saying even numbers because it's 2026. It's 26 versus 25. So it's even numbers as opposed to odd numbers. Sorry, I took my math in French my whole life. Anyways, next is more of a suggestion than a question by Mike Bida, who said, you should definitely do either like a conspiracy episode or something. I would definitely do that. I would definitely consider it if you would promise to be on it with me, like colleagues and all of that. And the conspiracies just keep piling up. We are already like week one into 2026, and the amount of conspiracies, I can't even start to count. So we would have a lot of content to work with. The next question is very expected, like best moments this year being 2025. That, like, thank God that's plural because I don't know. There's a lot, but I'm gonna choose my top three in ascending order. And I have just done this with my sister, like in our traditional New Year meeting, where we have like a mise au point. We sit in and we evaluate the ending year and we make plans for the upcoming year and stuff. And we write down like our like I don't know, challenges, resolutions, and all of that. So the ideas are still fresh in my mind. And it just hit me like, how many years, for how long have we been doing this, Sisti? If you're listening, I mean, I think like there is at least 13 years now. There's at least 13 years that we've been doing this New Year's meeting tradition. I've lost counting, to be honest, but it's going strong. So here come the top three moments of my 2025. In the third place, I would go with my birthday surprises last month. That was that was everything. That was very unexpected, very heartwarming, very touching, very endearing, whatever you want to say. Like pick any positive, emotional adjective out of the dictionary and put it in. That was really, really wholesome. Like, I am beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful for y'all. I love you so much. That was the highlight of my December. Honestly, that was I was going through a lot, and to be shown love like that, that was everything. In the second place, I would go with the moment in the summer where I actually swam in the Mediterranean after 6 whole years. Even saying it sounds so like unfathomable, like incomprehensible. Like 6 years no swimming for someone who was born by the beach, someone who lives a 5 minute walk from the beach. Um, the last time I swam in the Mediterranean Sea or like any sea, I think it was the summer before COVID. And swimming again this year, it felt like going back home. It felt like in the good sense of it. Like it felt like reconnecting with an old friend, like finding my old self. It was like a time traveling experience. And the first place, yeah, the first place of like best 2025 moment, and I think everyone who follows me on Instagram knows this. It goes to meeting my niece for the first time this summer as well. So like background story or like backstory, my niece, she was born during like the last wave of COVID back in 2022, and she was born in Europe, and there were like lots of travel restrictions, and I was in Tunisia back then, and then I went to Saudi, and then like she was still like in Europe all this time. And like for the past 3 years, we never traveled back home around the same time. It never happened at the same time. We kept missing out on each other, and it finally happened last summer, and I was finally able to meet her beyond the phone screens and beyond the video calls, and that was such a blessing. That was the highlight of my year. The fact that the moment that she recognized me, and the moment that she just like literally she immediately went into my arms, and like 5 minutes into our first meeting, she immediately like fell asleep into my arms. And her mom was telling me like, oh, she'll never sleep tonight, blah blah blah, like she'll give us such a hard time falling asleep. And we were still like in the living room, and I was sitting on the floor, and I had her in my arms, and I started singing like Real Madrid songs to her, and she just like fell asleep. That was like, yeah, that was really, really, that was it for me. That was wholesome. And I can't wait to see her and her mom again, to be honest. Okay, next. What is one decision you regret? Oh boy. Okay, I'm not really good with regret. It's an emotion that I don't like to acknowledge, as like it's not good for my OCD and my anxiety. So like generally whenever I think about regret, it's either like in a sarcastic context, or I'm just like it's just like lighthearted and fun. So to answer this question, I might go with I actually regret all the compulsive food ordering that I made this year, because you know what? When the food comes, it's not even as good. Especially from like that one blue place. I'm not gonna drop names, but that blue place that makes like sweet, chocolatey stuff. I regret all the freaking items that I ordered from that place this year. It was just like it was just like unenjoyable, guilt provoking extra calories. But on a serious note, the next question is I love it. It says, what changed most in you this year? Very deep. Um, let's think. I mean, to be honest, this year, like I said before, like I said at the beginning, this year was very, very humbling for me. I went through some like bumps and mishaps on a personal level. Like I found myself in situations where hypothetically or theoretically I would have reacted in a very different way. How can I explain this without getting like without giving off to without getting into details? It's like, okay, it's like I lived my whole life not experiencing this like one situation, for example. And like I don't know, let's say I lived my whole life without like breaking a bone, and I would when I see people breaking bones, I would think, oh, if I broke a bone, I would have acted in a different way. If I broke a bone, I wouldn't like cried this way, or like I wouldn't done this, I wouldn't be like so dramatic and stuff. This is just a metaphor. um And then it happened to me, and I metaphorically broke a bone, and I found myself doing the exact same thing that I used to criticize other people for. And like that taught me to never judge a person or a situation that I haven't experienced. I learned the hard way to one, to never be certain that something cannot happen to you because, like, might as well happen to you. It probably will happen to you. Also, I learned to like never be sure of the way you'd handle a hypothetical situation because when it gets real, like when it actually happens to you, you might surprise yourself. You might find yourself doing the exact opposite scenario that you planned in your head. So that was like very humbling. It was very ironic, as in, like, I would pride myself on being very, I don't know, like on being very independent and very hard on my boundaries, very hard on like my like red lines, like this is a boundary not to cross, whatever, putting myself first and all of that. But then when things get real, yeah, you might actually surprise yourself of the way you acted or like handled a certain situation that is like against your beliefs and like against the things you've been preaching, and you're like, wait, hold on, what's wrong with me? But everything is relative, I guess, and we're human beings after all, and no one is perfect and all of that. Okay, next. What habit did you pick up or drop? Oof. I wish I wish the answer to this question would have been like so substantial and so good, like, oh, I don't know, I wake up at 5 a.m. and go for a walk. Oh, I drink 2+ liters of water that is like with lemon or like with cinnamon, whatever. I I tried picking up workout. I tried eating gluten free, but I was never consistent, to be like very objective. But also, I'm just exhausted all the time. I'm just exhausted all the time. So like a girl could use a break, honestly. But no, like for okay. No, hey, I remembered something. One positive thing that I might say, that so far I'm on like 65 days or like 64, 65 days of Spanish on Duolingo. And like I'm very proud of my streak, and I hope it lasts. Like I hope I do like a whole year. That would be really, really interesting. Okay. I think the next question is what would you hope is going to be different next year? I mean, for one, my weight. I hope it decreases. My face. I hope it clears out. My hair. I hope it's like stops falling out and it gets healthier. But most importantly, I hope my mental health gets a little better. But like, okay, let me not be self-centered for a second. Wait, did I was that alliteration? Self-centered second. Okay. I hope I hope people would pick up some accountability and stop playing the victim. Oh, and I hope I finally could get a kitten. Still working on that. If you have any cat who is pregnant and will give birth to adorable little kittens, I might want to pre order a cute male one. Please DM me. Please get in touch. Okay, now with one of my most favorite, absolutely favorite questions, if not like the favorite question. What made you laugh way harder than it should have this year? Um, it's not what made me laugh way harder. It's basically what made me laugh, like really laugh, like from the bottom of my heart. You know, the kind of laughter that you can't stop and your tummy hurts, etc., etc. It's I haven't laughed like that for so long, and I have a history of hilarious rolling on the floor laughing until my tummy hurts and I cannot breathe. I used to be that kind of person all the time, and I really, really, really miss that. But back in July, when I reunited with my sister and my niece, it was one random. I can't remember if it was like a night or an afternoon, but it was so random. Me and my sister, we were like my sister and I, we were chilling. We were chilling like I don't know, I was in the living room, I guess. It was like, one of those Mediterranean summer afternoons where it's hot and the windows are open, etc., for like some breeze to come in. And we were just like saying the stupidest, silliest things. It was the randomest thing, and we just exploded with laughter. And it was one of those moments that like it makes me realize, like, midway while I'm gasping for air and I'm thinking, oh my God, like, first of all, no one makes me laugh like that except my sister and also my brother. But and then I think I haven't laughed like this for so long, and I can't even, like, right now I can't remember what it was about. I can't even remember what we were talking about, but I do remember the sensation. I do remember the feeling. I do remember the, like, the joy, the dopamine, the serotonin, all the freaking chemicals hyped up in my brain. That was such a unique moment. That was like such a milestone. Like, yeah, that was a highlight. Okay, next question. Oh, this is very poetic. If this year were a chapter title, what would it be? Or like, if this year were a chapter, what would you call it? Wow. Okay. Into thin air. No. Half a day. Absolutely not. This felt like I felt every second of it, every millisecond of it. It never felt like half a day. It was the total opposite. Lair from Birmingham jail. Okay. I should keep my literature sense of humor restrained. Mm, no, but seriously, I don't know. I keep thinking, and only like song titles come up in my mind, like Pills and Potions, Keep Holding On. No. Okay. I think, no, like, on a serious level, there is a saying in Arabic that, like, ما اشتدت إلا لتفرج. ف I really hope from the bottom of my heart that this is the shidda before al-faraj. Like, I think in English it goes like, the darkest hour is just before the dawn, or something like that. So I hope this is the darkest hour, like 2025. I would, as a chapter, I would call it the darkest hour, because for one, I hope it doesn't get any darker than this. Like, khalas, this is enough darkness, thank you. And for two, like, yeah, I hope the the sun comes up and the light comes in and all of that, and like, here comes the brightest morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyways, a beautiful question follows. When did I feel most like myself this year? Probably when I was swimming. Like, number one, that's what comes up to my mind, like running. Like, when I was swimming back in the Mediterranean, I felt like myself the most. Oh, wait. When I felt like I reconnected with myself this year, when I reignited my passion for Real Madrid, when I unapologetically, like, dove right back into it, and also when I went back to write in my fan fiction. That was very me. That was very myself. That was the most Asma out there, and it is something that I'm. It answers the following question, which is, what am I proud of that no one really saw? That's it. It's really me going back to writing, me going back to my fan fiction, starting like this whole new sequel of it. And it's not that no one really saw. 3 people, I think, saw. But yeah, I'm really, really, really proud of that. Sometimes I go back and read my chapters after like a while, and like I totally forget what happened. And I go back and I'm like, wow, did I really write that? That's really amazing. Like, that's some good writing. And I'm like, did I really do that? So yes, I really am proud of that. The next question is also very good. What did I survive, or like, what did you survive that once felt impossible? One answer: going back home. I survived my hometown in the summer, which is hot. It's it's very stressful, to say the least, to always go back to a toxic environment, to go back to an environment that you actually left um, intentionally, intentionally left. So to go back there and to be like re-exposed to the all the trauma triggering incidents and people, I was really apprehensive at first and I was really anxious about it, but alhamdulillah, I survived. Okay, on a light note, what version of you are you quietly saying goodbye to? I hope it's the version with the emotional eating. I hope it's the version who cannot wake up earlier to work out. I hope it's the version who cannot stop eating sugar and sweets. I hope it's the version who cannot like restrain herself from all the impulsive and compulsive buying. Those are the versions that I'm not quietly but loudly saying goodbye to. Okay, at this point, I think I'm going for 20 minutes, and I don't want to make this podcast episode any longer because of like the YouTube uploads and all of that. I'm left with a couple of questions that are deep and they need reflection, and I'm left with a couple of silly questions. So I think it would better for me to leave the deep reflective questions for a whole separate episode. That's also a motivation for me to like go back to this and go and do this again. So I'm just gonna go and answer the silly question that goes, why the hell is studying for anything, capital, in high school so stressful? Welcome to adulthood, pre-adulthood, adulthood. High school is already adulthood for teenagers. So from now on, everything is stressful, everything is hard. Just like buckle up and enjoy the ride. No, but seriously, high school is really a lot with the outside drama, inside drama, internal conflicts, outside conflicts, external conflicts. Like I don't know, drama with the friends. Some people might be having trouble at home, and with all of that, you have to go to school. You have to take shitload of subjects and exams every now and then. You have to do your homework. You have to study for like whatever exams and tests you're having outside of school. It really is a lot. And that's why you should learn time management and you should learn very early on task management, how you manage your tasks, how you divide them, how you organize everything. It's a way to learn life skills, not only like, math and physics and all of that. Like, I think high school is all about, like, yeah, it is about fun and making memories and having fun with your friends and living your best days, blah, blah, blah. But it also builds character. Because life outside of high school and life in uni and life later and life at work is still the same, like high school, but on a larger scale. There are still going to be the bullies, the jealous people, the dramatic people, the people who will just try to sabotage you and your success, the people who are going to pretend to be your friends, but they will literally stab you in the back. That's the same. Like high school is literally like a miniature of what life is like. And you have to, the way you are going to handle this, it will kind of teach you or train you on how to later on manage your life at like older age. But it really looks a lot like high school. Same drama, just like with like older, more adult looking people. So it does build character, and you have to like assert, and you have to start bit by bit, like asserting your confidence and building your character and drawing your boundaries and all of that. My high school experience wasn't great, but I hope you have a better one. And now it's time for the last question, which is the sweetest. A person that I love so much asked me, how much do you miss 56 and mushroom? And I cannot find the words to describe the amount of longing and missing that I have for you girls. Okay, so for context, 56 and mushrooms are the nicknames for two beautiful girls that actually transformed my teaching life. They are my old students, but I don't wanna call them old students. They are my beautiful girls, my friends, and I miss them so much. I miss the laughter in class. I miss the jokes. I miss the kindergarten fights that they used to have. And I would always tell them, like, am I in kindergarten? And I even miss Kazım, 56 story. And I miss the endless struggle and fight about turning on the switch, off the switch, on the switch, off the switch. I miss all the little details about you girls. I hope you girls are doing well. I hope you girls are acing your exams right now. I know you're graduating this year, which is something really, really big and huge in your lives. And I wish you all the best. I wish I could see you again. I hope I get to see you again one day, but know that I'm always, always, always proud of you. All right, I cannot believe this. The Q&A episode is done. I am so glad that I took this step. I am so glad that I was brave enough to go back into this, and I'm so glad that I did not listen to my procrastinating brain. And I cannot wait for your feedback. If there are more questions, just like shoot them on Instagram. سبحانك الله وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. سلام.